Hi, guys, welcome to Real Issues Live with Crystal. This is where we have authentic conversations about issues that affect us as society. Join me as I have different guests coming in to share their take on various topics.
So as I was saying, that I haven't had any situation where the amount of kids that I have or the fact that I have children, period, have deterred anyone. Um, as a matter of fact, I find that some even come on stronger. They're even more intrigued because that's, oh, you don't look like you have kids. Oh, you don't look like, So I guess,
Yeah.
but then I do attract more mature men as opposed to younger men.
Right.
That would, so, and if to be honest, if I were to feel any sort of way about the dating world, it would not have been because of a man, but mostly females, because I love use the term when, somebody we pick you up and there's something there like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, you look good. You look really good. Really, I asked you this question because some women, they're not necessarily happy in their relationship, and but they ask themselves, just as what you just said, is a man going to pick me up with my 3 kids? Is a man going to pick me up with 2 kids? So they have this notion of picking up. What do you mean by picking up, girl? You don't need nobody to pick you up. You pick up yourself. So, and they stay, even if they're getting abused, they stay because they're thinking, I already have 3 kids for this man. So there's no hope for me. So just speak to those young ladies for me, please, and then I'll ask you your final question.
All right. In that case, what women need to do is actually find themselves. A lot of women are defined by the man that they're actually with. And if it is that you're defined by your partner, then you have already lost the battle. And females should actually spend some time in finding themselves. I made a conscious decision when I came out of my last solid relationship not to go into another relationship until I have proven to myself that I can do it without the help of a man. Because honestly speaking, I've never been in a situation where my partner isn't able to support me, especially financially. Right. So I actually took the time to find myself, to actually prove to myself that I can exist outside of a man. Right. I can exist outside of a man. And the moment you change your mindset and the moment you start loving yourself, not in a very conceited way, but finding the qualities and not thinking that the only thing you can bring to the table is to cook, clean, wash, or whatever.
Right.
You will find that you will attract the right partner. Some women cannot exist outside of a relationship. And until females stop and take the time out to actually understand that you do exist outside of a relationship. You do exist outside of being a mother. You do exist outside of being a sister, a friend. You are a woman and you need to find out who you are. And that's when you can actually heal and realize that, okay, there's nothing wrong with me for having children. I remember we were playing around and the person, we were just messing around, Crystal. And we are talking about eyes on a husband or whatever. And I'm saying, like, I was like up there, up front and personal. I mean, like, yes, he will definitely choose me. And the female said, how I'm going to choose you and you have baggage. So I said, what baggage? You have 3 kids. And I had to check her. I was like, baby girl, if your child is a baggage, mine is assets. What man would want to have these, royalties with them in his life? My children are not baggages. They're assets. They will add to your existence. They're not taking away anything. And my children are not going to be any burden to any one man.
Right.
If their other parent falls short, I will pick that up. Right. And I will do what I have to do as a mother for them. You understand? So we need to spend time in choosing our partners well. We need to spend time in finding out if we are compatible. A lot of the times we are so caught up in the superficial things that we don't actually spend time on what really matters.
Right.
So stop using your children to define you. Yes, I have 3 children, 3 beautiful children, and I'd have them again. You understand? But I exist outside of that. I'm an awesome person, and I'm in love with myself. All right.
I think they have the notion of am I going to be able to, or am I going to be able to take care of her and her 3 kids? That is what they have, that kind of obligation.
But
that is their thinking.
But that is it. Somebody was trying to chat me up, and he was like, I want to take care of you and your kids. And what I said, I'm not a damsel in distress. And females need to get out of that sorry for me type of mentality.
Right.
Because we are not weak, we are strong. And the moment we come outside of that mindset that we are damsel in distress, oh, me didn't want bad relationship, me and the father left, and him now do what he needs to do and whatever. Come on, get out of that. Get out of that self-pity. Get out of that doubt in yourself. You understand? So men, if any man will approach me right now, he's not going to automatically think that I can take care of my opinion.
Right.
Because there is no impression that I'm going to give, even if me are dead for hungry, that I cannot take care of my children. Because that he does not deserve that pressure. Right? A man, when you meet somebody, you are supposed to meet that person to learn that person, to have fun. That person should not automatically think, oh my God, this is what I'm going to take on.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But you have to be mindful of the body language and the impression you give off to that man. So I've never actually attract anybody that would be thinking, Jesus, may I go take on this and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whether them well or not. You know, that one person that, oh, I'm going to take care of you and, you know, make sure this and that and whatever. And, I had to check him. I'm not a damsel in distress.
Right.
I am not in some tower up there crying, waiting for my true love. Been there, done that. I am doing me. And if you're going to be in my life, it is just to get to know, if you can be an asset to me and I can be an asset to you.
I totally agree with you.
I think women should just wake up and just snap out of it. Just snap out of
and
this.
Just be. I mean, you know, the ones who are in a relationship, they're not happy. They're being physically abused, mentally abused, and they're thinking, I have 3 kids for this man. I'm just gonna stay because of the children. God, sis, come on. Like, life is too short now. Wouldn't you rather to know that you're by yourself and you're happy? And you have peace of mind for the rest of your life, then you're with someone, you're not happy, as I said, you're being abused, you know, I prefer to take the risk, honestly. And if it come, if it don't come, you know.
Find yourself. Find what you're passionate about.
Right.
We're in the age of technology. Listen, if you get up one day and you just decide to go to put on, draw an eyebrow, and if only the eyebrow you can draw on, go on the social media, even if you're shy. That can make you a little money. Oh man, she draw. Just have the confidence.
Do something. You know, get up.
I was in an abusive situation, and I am telling you, and I'm not saying a relationship because the relationship ended, but I was in an abusive situation.
Right.
And I'm very meticulous. And in my quiet time when I was totally dependent, I use that time to find myself and figure out what I needed to do and what I needed to be as a female,
right,
in order for me to get up and move permanently out of that situation. And I was not going to be defined by my past in a negative way.
Right.
I would never ever be ashamed of my past. I will go on top of the mountain and I will shout it out, right? And I realized that a lot of people wouldn't even have an inkling. They wouldn't even fathom what I have been through because I am so vocal and I'm so confident on all of these things, you know. But I have been on my face, and I decided that, yeah, me have 3 kids, you know. One of my son father isn't alive anymore, and I have to do this. And I attract help because the universe will provide. Right. The universe will provide automatically. And that is it. You just have to just believe in yourself.
Good stuff. And you know, as I said, just believe that, hey, it will all work out. It will work out.
Hold on. Sorry about that.
Somebody asked you a question. So wouldn't you be a stay-at-home mom if your man making the money that can afford you to stay home?
Baby boy, I have been a stay-at-home mom for 3 years. 3 years. And provide, and I stayed home. I take care of the home. I take care of my kids. I've been there. I have been there. But the situation got a little toxic. And not a little toxic, a lot toxic. And because of that, that's why I made my decision to exist outside of what a man can do for me. Because I was never hungry. I was never thirsty. If I needed, I was never naked. Right. You understand? Mm-hmm. But I needed to be defined outside of that. So when I decided to branch off, and let me tell you, nobody can use them assets or them monies or whatever to make me stay in a one situation that is going to take away from who I truly am. I can only be myself.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. And instead of running into the easiest thing, like, okay, one next guy would have come along, I don't have flings, and I don't like to, if I'm depending on a man, it's going to be temporary, because it's a typical man cannot handle a woman like me.
You are a rebel.
That is me. I am a rebel. I am strong-willed. I'm very vocal, mm-hmm. and I'm very passionate. So I have to have somebody that is truly compatible with me in order for me to actually be a submissive person.
Right.
You understand? I would end up having temporary affairs or a little relationship. We never go nowhere. And it's always just miserable, because when he try to control me, because yes, men seem that I attract men that want to tame my awesomeness.
Lioness.
I'm gonna say awesome.
Lioness.
The lioness in me. So it's very I've been there. I've done the stay-at-home mom. I've done it. I once upon a time, because of how life was, find a man that have money and whatever. But I realized that I like my independence. I like to treat my man good. So I like to make my own money as well. So, I don't want to be dependent ever fully on any one individual.
That let me go crazy. I've never dependent. Like my whole life growing up, I don't know how to. I've always been doing stuff on my own, So that will make me go crazy, the fact that I'm not able to be independent. All right, so my final question to you, you kind of basically touch it a little bit. I wanted you to tell the audience, how to, based on your experience and others too, like how would you know when a man is for you or they just want to get the cookie or whatever it is that you have?
Let me tell you, a man is for you when you know who you are as a female.
Right.
Let me tell you, man will approach you because to them, you are the ideal woman.
Right.
Right? You are the ideal woman, but he is not the ideal man for you because of little things that you see that you are not. Him not meet that criteria.
Right.
So he may not just want the cookie or the nookie or whatever you just said.
Whatever them call it.
Whatever them call it. He may really and truly feel that you are the one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if you don't know yourself as a female, you will fall into that because I'm going to say all the right things. I'm going to tell you all the right things where you want to hear. And you see, he's going to be showing time, attention, him seem very this and that, and him go act how he feel like you want him to act.
Right.
right? Because you are his target and men are hunters. You are his target at the moment. And if you don't know yourself as a female, then you're not going to even know that, oh, you come and you lie, you deceive and whatever, whatever. In truth and in fact, he wasn't even being this deceptive, period.
Right.
He just feels say you are the ideal woman based on just superficial things or knowing your character, period. Because I believe that, you know, any man can be happy with me, but I cannot be happy with any man. You understand? Because I know myself. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm looking
You know
for
what
in a
you
man.
want to.
Yes. And energy is a lot of things. Energy. And Crystal, you have to be in tune with energy, with yourself, with nature, in order for you to actually find out if, okay, this man is just about having sex, just something just physical, or him really and truly would want to spend time with you, getting to know you. Because a person can actually, ask your brother, sorry. A person can actually, sorry, mommy duty.
No problem.
A person can actually be into you, and he can actually approach you, and he can actually want to be with you.
Right.
For the time being. So it's really complicated. For me, it's just energy.
So
it's
do
just
you
energy.
think, all right, the final question, because I've had this, I'm not gonna lie. Have had, I think like a vibing with a guy, good vibes we're having, and not nothing intimate or anything, but the communication is not what I'm used to. Like these nowadays guys, you know, back in the days, you know, you don't drop a catch. Every day you no talk, even if the man is busy, them still have you on the phone. Like nowadays, guys, is like, you know, me busy and I'm all about the cheddar and doing what I have to do and building up my empire and whatever, whatever. Like, how important is communication? Or do you think that communication, the lack of communication is a red flag in the start of a relationship?
Communication is key. How will you learn the person that you're with?
Right.
Communication is key. And somebody asked me a question, so I want to touch on that after this. But communication is key, Crystal. I don't know if you watch my other lives, but I am telling you, men of late really bore me. Everybody come down to the same thing, you know. And it's partly because women have made it so easy for men to get them. So when you find a female like myself, it is a bit hard for them to crack what is going on here. So if I cannot find somebody that is big on communication and very highly intelligent and well read, you know, I become very bored because, you know, them no want to put in the work. Them just come and then just okay, as you say, all about the cheddar, because I guess them feel say woman I look all about the cheddar. But yeah, while that is important, you know, the time that you spend with the person that you are focusing on right now, how would you know that she can add to your empire if you don't actually communicate with her, if you don't actually speak to her, if you don't actually show her the time?
Before you finish, I have the same mindset as you, but to be honest with you, I have had relationships where the communication never dropped. Every day we talk and stuff, and then one would argue that that person still ended up hurting you. So why is it that so it really, you know, this one here not communicate as much in the start as the one that hurt you? So you know, like I'm kind of having a hard time because
relationships are not cookie cuts. It's not structured. Everybody that you are communicating with, or you're entering into any relationship with, should come with a clean slate. So you can't expect the same thing what happened with this person, because this one communicate means say him into you or him not into you, and vice versa.
Right.
It's all about energy. Are you compatible in any other way? Because if the person that does not communicate well, or often call you in the morning and before you go in bed at night, and even though in the middle of the day, yeah, him don't talk and don't exchange a word. That is highly important. Because at least you know that, okay, in the morning, him said, listen, this is what I'm going to do, and he have to work. Him have to work. Focus on what you are doing. And I tell people all the time, we spend so much time focusing on what your partner is not doing or doing that we don't take the time out to actually focus on what we are doing as individuals. And if we start focusing on what we are each, if the man is focusing on what he's doing to make the relationship work, and the woman is focusing on what she's doing to make the relationship work, the relationship will work. But when you have expectations in how this person should act towards a situation, in how this person should respond, then we start having problems. So me tell you, say, me I go do this and whatever. In truth and in fact, it could have literally get distracted, because I get distracted so many times. It could be that something really happened, and the first thing you don't think is backside. Something happened to this person. You start thinking, say, oh, him don't like me, or him not find it important, I'm not priority, and all of these things. You put pressure, because the impression that you already get, you start push that out to the other party, whether you're the man and you put it out to the woman, or and vice versa.
Right.
All right. It's all about compatibility.
Yeah.
Can I answer Sue?
Answer Sue, and then give me your final thoughts, because I don't want this one to cut off again and Chloe don't get a chance to showcase her small business.
Okay,
Answer Sue.
Okay.
Congrats, Sue. She said tomorrow is her 10 years anniversary. Happy anniversary,
congrats,
Sue. Answer her, Nemoni, and then give me your final thoughts.
Okay, I want to ask, are men the reason women become so vain in these days and age, or do they contribute to why women feel they have to give up so much for a man? All right. I don't believe that men are the reason why women are vain. I believe that women are the reason why women are vain. For example, let me talk real quick, real fast. Once upon a time, I went to work and I only drew on one of my eyebrows. Now, my friend was sitting beside me, Jujubee, and me say, Andrew, how you make me day for day? That this was way in the evening. Like, I only have on one eyebrow. You couldn't tell me something I walk around with one eyebrow. And him look at me like dead serious without missing a beat. He say, you have eyebrows? He said, baby girl, men don't even watch that. You know, men see something totally different from what women see. So a lot of the times when we run here get dressed up on all of these things, it's really women we are trifling. We are trifling first. No, women are the reason why, because we're our biggest enemies. We are the reason why we're so vain. Right? You ever see some man with some woman, you say, lad, I ain't seen her. Man not see that. Man see one different type of beauty.
Good man. Good man.
No, generally speaking, men see women with a different eye. Crystal, there was a situation that, and I went on a live on Facebook about it. There was a situation with this girl that the man did I run her down. When we are find out which girl this a man run down, so till he broke past security. What we see the girl, me I say, really? But then I sat down and I saw her talking. I said, no, me really have to look on this girl. And I can do that. I detach my whole emotions from that. And I sat there and I looked at her. Because she did just look like one plain Jane. She maga, she not have no curve or nothing. And I started looking at her. And baby girl, when me start look on her, me look on her eyes. Me look on how she gesticulate. Me look on her mouth. Me look on her nose, the structure of her face. She was beautiful. She was a beautiful girl. So we need to understand, females, that men are not looking at, well, real man, because nowadays, you know, the whole social media, all of these
that
things.
That is why I corrected you. Real men. Because you do have men who will look on your lace wig, or you do up your ear, and or you dress up and all that. You do have men who left them more than a year. They tell everyone about you can't dress up like this, or you can't spruce up yourself, and you do have men like that.
Right. Yeah. But for the most part, in the public eye and the public forum, most of the times you really and truly are putting it out there for the other female.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
She said that you answered the question very well, and women need to hear this. Yeah. And
Oh,
women, we need
yeah.
to stop putting down our women. Please build each other. The world has what they said, the world has too many critics. And time is too short right now. Life is too short. Let us just if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing. As they always say.
Yeah.
Try to build up people for 2021 going, into that year. Let us try to, whatever it is that don't concern us, don't put it on our head, please.
Right.
So if you're
It's
not
true.
going to be uplifting, don't say nothing. All right, give me your final words and thank you so much because I know you are busy as well, and you took the time out to come and share with us. The guests there
Yes.
loving you.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
another time you'll come back when we have another topic that you can speak on. So give me your final words and then Chloe is gonna check in. Guys, please do not leave. I want you to see Chloe's stuff. She has some beautiful stuff. Go ahead, Nemoni, final words.
Okay, thank you guys for having me. Men, remember, you are kings. I love my melanin. I love my black men. You are kings. Females, as Crystal said, that we should be nicer to each other. Find yourself. Don't allow a man to define you. And when you do that, you'll find that you attract the right person. And it ease up a little pressure off the man too, so he can be himself. You can also follow my YouTube channel, Becoming I Queen, I
Type
Empress.
it and let me pin it.
Yes, I will put it here. And thank you so much for having me. It was a great night, great discussion. And yeah, big up on yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right,
All
Chloe,
right,
check in,
lovely.
Chloe. Check in, Chloe.